We're in a time when people really are down on politics and really are down on their institutions and are really down on Washington. I really admire Hillary Clinton. I could tell you a lot of reasons why she'd be a good president and maybe be a good candidate, but that's three big strikes she's got against her right off the bat. She's an institution. The Clintons are a political institution. She's a creature of Washington. She's too political. Jeb Bush has the same problem. The Bush family is a political family. They're based in Washington, and they've been just associated with politics. I really think that the public right now, I know the public right now, is really craving something new. So I'm really interested in how screwed up the political system is. And I realize that politics is at the end of the curve. It's the tail of the dog. What's really changing is us. Society is changing in some amazing ways. People are changing in amazing ways, and the people are forcing the changes in politics. Actually, what's happening is the people haven't yet forced the change in politics. They've disrupted my industry. It's amazing what's happened to media in the last 10 years. They've totally disrupted the way we shop. They've totally disrupted the way we view TV and get our movies. What they haven't done yet, we haven't done yet, we the people haven't done yet, is bring that kind of disruption to politics, and I think it's coming. Either that's coming or we're going to have another 20 years of status quo, another 20 years of Bush and Clintons, and then I think democracy is probably in a world of hurt. Okay, politics is screwed up. Where's it going? Now, usually when you ask people where it's going, they think, okay, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in 2016. Well, no. I want to really know where politics is going like for the next 20, 25 years. That will tell me what might happen in 2016. And if you want to understand the future of politics, you have to understand the future of people. Who are the people who are going to be inheriting this country? And that is the millennial generation. If you're my daughter's age, you were, one of your earliest memories is 9/11. A month after 9/11, the iPod was introduced. So this is the generation that, I don't know about you guys, when I grew up in Detroit, I loved country music, but there's one Bob Seger song I liked because he was from Detroit. I had to buy his whole damn album to get that one song I wanted of Bob Seger, okay? That was my choices. You either buy the album or you don't. My daughter has 3,000 songs on her hip and just the one Bob Seger song that she hears me and her mom play. It's a generation that's grown up with a huge amount of choice. I can't understand why a generation like that is going to put up with two parties that aren't working. And I think that's the big question for our times. Can we get the millennial generation as interested in affecting change in politics as it is affecting change in the music industry with Napster and the media industry with all these blogs? Can they blow up and disrupt politics and change it for the better the way they have been involved in so many other areas? An example I'd like to use is I met this young woman up at the Kennedy School of Government, a dynamic young lady named Sarah Estel, who was spending all her time, at the time, basically in her house in Denver, in her apartment in Denver, in her pajamas, working on software to modernize the data poll and analysis that the Denver Police Department had, so they could crunch data in a way that would make the streets of Denver safer. She was improving her community and making a little bit of money when I met her. Flash forward about 6 to 8 months later, when I'm up there talking to her again, she's now making a lot more money, and she's working for a police department in Arizona and one in Michigan. If she was my daughter, she was a Generation Xer, if she was my age, where would she be working? Who would she be working for? Someone who's really interested in crime and making crime better. If she was 28, 30 years old when Bill Clinton was president, she'd be working for Janet Reno, right? If she was my parents' age, she'd be working for Bobby Kennedy at the DOJ. Instead, she's not working for the Department of Justice. She's not working for the government. She's building her own little government. She's building her own little micro institution. This little app she's building and selling is a form of government. Now, it's not one that I cover. It's not one that you guys solicit speakers for. It's not one that's getting government grants. It's not Republican, it's not Democrat, it's not black, it's not white, it's not red, it's not blue, but it's working. It's a very millennial type of thing to do. And what I'm interested in is whether or not this kind of thing is a new form of government. If this siloed government that the baby boomers inherited and that was built because it was functional and what we needed coming out of World War II, it's now totally irrelevant. Can there be a more flat operating system where government becomes basically like a computer operating system? And when there's a problem, oh, we got an app for that.
It's a human vision, a legacy we want to leave behind us.